going on, Canes fans? We are back with another episode of the Croot on the U, brought to you by the Scoop on the U. We are joined today with a unique guest, in my opinion, because this is a state that we don't really cover often, and we don't recruit often. I don't remember, honestly, the last time we sent out any type of offer to the state of Idaho. But this is Colby Luna, and he's joining us all the way from out there in Idaho. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. And just to let guys know, you play for Kellogg High School in Kellogg, Idaho?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. About how big of a town is that?
There's a couple thousand people, probably like 3,000 or 4,000, but the school only has about 350 in it, so it's a pretty small school.
Okay. That's pretty small. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, what's your current height and weight right now?
I'm about 6'3", 200 to 205, depending on the day.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Before we get into this season, how did last season go for your team?
We finished up 6-3. We lost in the first round of the playoffs. It was a pretty good season. We were pretty young, so I think we did pretty well. We won. Well, we got second in league last year. We lost a close one to our league rival, but so last year was pretty good. But this year was definitely better for sure.
So now just of course segue into this season. How's this season been going for you guys? How many games have you played?
We've played 10. We lost in the second round of the playoffs, so our season actually just ended, but it was a good season. We won league by a pretty big landslide, and got through the first round of the playoffs. Lost in the second round to a tough team. They were the number one overall seed, but it was a tough game. So it was a good season though. We played pretty well and got a lot done. We accomplished a lot of our goals, so it was a good one.
And man, I gotta ask you. I see, per Max Preps, you're fifth in the country in receiving yards at 1,600. Sure. Can you just talk a little bit about that and the success you've had this season?
So yeah, I was number one in the country for about 2 weeks, and then I'll be back up there again once my stats update tomorrow. But I'm 1,800 plus now with the last game, so I'll be up there again. But obviously, yeah, the stats were pretty good. I got a lot done. My production was pretty good. Worked hard in the offseason to make that happen, and obviously it worked out well. I got the numbers I wanted and was able to get some good production and everything. So, yeah, I was pretty happy with how it went and everything.
Yeah, man. I was looking at the top 5, and I'm not sure where like the 1,800 mark. I don't know where that would put you, but like at number 1, which I don't know how valid this was. There was like some kid from Alabama who's according to Max Preps, he had 3,700 receiving yards or something like that. I don't think that's a real player, but no, it was funny. So I guess what would you say? 1,600 receiving yards. I saw your Twitter bio. You're running 4.40. What would you say some of your biggest strengths are as a player?
Obviously getting on the edge. I'm fast. I got some good size on me. When I get downhill, I run pretty hard and I put some kids down. So using my stiff arm to get out there, my length and everything, get the radius of the ball, get it to me, and I just try to do everything I can to get up, and my biggest strength I'd say is just getting into the open field and making kids miss, using my stiff arm to my advantage, setting kids up, and just all of that, everything that receiver needs. I feel like I do pretty well, and it's pretty important to my game. So yeah.
Gotcha, man. And then what would you say are some of the things that you're trying to improve on as you advance into your college career?
I think my route setups and everything need to be a little better. My route running in general could always be better. Everyone can be a better route runner, but my breakouts and everything, my exchanges and through routes and everything, my double moves could always be better. So I'd say my route running and everything like that is the biggest thing I'll work on this off season to get better on.
What position are you predominantly playing in high school?
I play wide receiver and cornerback. My top position I'd say is wide receiver. I've been recruited more as wide receiver, but as corner, I led the state in interceptions and stuff, and so I did pretty well on defense as well. But my main position is definitely wide receiver, I'd say.
So going into that, what traits do you, mental and physical, what traits do you feel make a dominant wide receiver?
I mean, I would say the resilience of, beating your guy every route, because I mean it's one on one. I mean, usually it's one on one. Let's say. I mean, if you're beating kids a lot, it's gonna be more than one, obviously. But you got to beat your guy every route. You got to win every route. You got to know what your guy's gonna do. You got to check his tactics and stuff. If you're gonna break him on a slant, you got to set him up outside. Vice versa. You got to set the routes up and make sure what you need to get open with is there. So I would say physically, you just got to. I mean, you just got to use your will. You got to use your body. You got to use your strength to get open and get through kids. So I would say just being really physical out on the edge, and then mentally just knowing where you got to break and knowing how to set kids up for routes and everything.
You get that PWO offer from Miami. Tell us the story about how you got it, and was it a surprise?
I mean, I've always thought. I mean, I could play anywhere. I'm confident. I'm confident in myself. I bet on myself every day. So I was a little bit shocked. I was like, just the fact. I mean, the U. It's a crazy historic program. It's a big time place. So obviously, when I got that, I mean, Coach Swaley hit me up, the defensive analyst. He hit me up and told me he wanted to get on the phone and everything. And so I took up on that offer, and we got on the phone as soon as possible, and he granted me with that offer. So it was pretty surreal, but it was a great feeling for sure.
And aside from Miami, what schools are showing you the most love right now?
I've been talking to Oregon a little bit. Obviously Miami. San Diego offered me. Montana offered me. I've been talking to Washington and WSU quite a bit. Montana State. Those are some of my main targets and stuff. So we'll just see where that takes me. But I got about, I think, 11 offers right now. So I'm just waiting on some more and keep building that base up.
For sure, man. And then from Miami, I guess what coaches have you had the chance to talk to?
I've only got to talk to Coach BT and Coach Swaley so far. Me and Cristobal follow each other, so I know that Swaley want to get on the phone later on and talk it up with my family and all of us together. So maybe we'll get a chance to talk to some more at that time.
Go ahead and shout out some of the coaches that have been helping you out. Show them some love.
You mean at the high school level or at the college level?
Yeah, at the high school level.
Yeah. So my head coach for 3 years now was DeAndre Dezenor. So yeah, I mean, he's been a great help to me. My strength and conditioning coach is Kyle Hudson. He's been also a great help. My offensive coordinator, Tim Kimberling, has been a great help. Our team manager, Corey North, has been a really big help and always, doing our team prayers and everything. Our offensive analyst is Eric Pankey. So, he's been doing a lot for me as well, giving me the ball, making plays happen for me. So those are a couple of the big guys that have been there with me, and I really appreciate all the help they gave me.
I got a question. I'm kind of curious about this here because you play both these positions. Actually, you're familiar with them. So we'll talk about game week film study right now, but you as a wide receiver lining up to study against the cornerback that you're going to be going against predominantly. Now, you're familiar with playing defensive back, so you're familiar with looking into weaknesses or trying not to expose yourself as weaknesses anywhere. What are you looking for immediately when you start to watch that film? When you're looking at any kind of weaknesses or anything that you can expose from those cornerbacks?
Obviously, I mean, I break down routes and everything and see what the opponents are running against them to see what's going to be open for me. But I always look at their breaks. I look at how often they give up on routes. I look at their transitions because, a lot of the guys, if they don't sink their hips, I'm going to beat them deep. If they open up to the left on an outside break, I'm going to break inside, get them on a post. There's all sorts of break patterns and everything you got to look at. You got to look at how effective their back pedal is because some guys turn early, and if they turn early, you break on them, run a little comeback route. So, I mean, there's a lot of things to look at in that aspect. You got to see how good their ball awareness is because if they're not going to go up and get it and they're just worried about you getting that tackle, then you got some more time to make the play and secure the ball and look for your next move. But with really aggressive corners, you got to watch their hands up front. You gotta fight off, hand fight them, and you gotta just see how effective their press and everything is, and how quickly they drop, because all that is really important when you're trying to break down a receiver or a DB and everything, for sure.
So they can be, college, NFL, it doesn't matter. Who are some of the receivers that you like to watch and then take things from their game and add into yours?
My biggest inspiration right now currently is Cooper Kupp. I love his route running. I love his play. I love his style. He's a dog, and I love to watch him play. My all time probably is gonna be Megatron, Calvin Johnson. He's just a freak, and the way he played is just so physical and so effective that I think everybody wishes they could play like CJ, but I would say another guy would be Julio Jones. He's a dog, and I love his play style as well. So that would be the top 3 right there.
Got you, man. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're going to be at Miami for the Miami Pitt game later this month, right?
Yes, sir. The 26th, I'll be down there.
Got you. So, tell me, what are some of the things that you're most excited about visiting at Miami?
Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. Obviously, South Beach is a crazy place, and there's a lot of stuff down there. There's a lot of distractions and all sorts of things to do. So we leave the 22nd in the morning, and then we don't head out to the 27th. So we put some time in there to get down and check things out and make sure we get everything done that we wanted to see. We obviously want to go to the beach. We wanted to check out the college. We wanted to check out the facilities and everything. Swaley said he wanted to get us down there and check out the facilities and see what they have to offer. And there's a couple things we want to do, but we mainly just want to check the culture of the town out. Everything that's got to offer, and really diagnose what could be beneficial to the next level, and what our next decision might be.
That's awesome, man. And then what are some of the schools that you've had the chance to visit already, and just tell me about them?
I visited quite a few schools so far. I got Montana State, WSU, San Diego, Whitworth. I think that's about it so far. But out of all those schools, they're all great places, great facilities, lots of benefits to the town and everything, and the culture of football at all those places is pretty solid. They get a lot of fans and everything, which I really love. That's one of the main things I want to see is, the good culture being built, all that stuff. So there's all those places got pros and cons to them, but I've diagnosed everywhere I've went, and I've appreciated every opportunity I've got. So I've appreciated them all.
Colby, what gets you most excited during games? Is it something that you've accomplished? Or is it something that your team has accomplished? What gets you most excited?
There's nothing like Friday Night Lights, and there probably never will be. It's just a crazy feeling. It's the school's there, the band's there, the students, the families, the everything, the crews, the news crews. It's an unmatched feeling, I think, when that opening kickoff goes. It's some switches in my brain. It's just like go time. And, it's a crazy feeling. It's some of my best memories from playing on Friday nights on the field. It's truly one of the, the best things, the best decisions I've ever made was committing myself to football and, doing everything I could to play at that next level, because I never want to lose it.
Would you say that Kellogg is a football town?
It's always been a basketball town before. Even my freshman year was probably a basketball town, but I feel like we've really changed the tides here. The youth programs are really strong now. They're getting a lot of kids. They're winning games. The culture is really, really strong. We're getting a lot of kids out. We're planning on having a freshman team next year. So at a small school, that's pretty unheard of.
Yeah.
But we're planning on having a freshman team and everything. So we got a lot to look forward to. I think we've done a pretty good job of building the culture. We just got to keep it going. And I know the coaching staff we have here is going to do a great job of that. And I got a lot of confidence in them that they'll keep this tide going in the right direction and, hopefully get a championship or something sometime.
So ultimately, by the time, on the football field, of course, and then in the classroom, what do you want your legacy to be at Kellogg High School? What would you like to be as you walk away from that high school?
Obviously, I want people to know me as a hardworking young man that, gave respect to everybody, was nice to everybody, always let kindness show first, was smart, worked hard, gave it all in the classroom and on the field, did anything for his friends and his buddies on the football field, Just truly cared about everybody and showed everybody the respect that they deserve. So I'd say, just being respectful and hardworking is really the outlook I'm going for when I, leave KHS.
So, let me ask you, man. So, what would you say are some of the most important things that you're looking for in your recruitment when choosing a school?
I'd say number one is, the culture of the program. I think Cristobal's got Miami on a really, really good, slope of being, a top tier program. I think he's working really hard, doing the right things, recruiting well. I would say I need a really good fan base. I love the fan energy. It's really important to teams. I think the fans bring a lot to games. I want a nice town to live in. Obviously, Miami's pretty hard to beat, so that's pretty well, decided there. I want good leadership on the team. I want the coaches to know what's up. I want them to, bring it every day. They need to bring that energy, bring the hype. And I just want to have fun. And I think the environment of a game day at Miami is pretty unmatched. So I'm really looking forward to the 26th and getting down and checking it out.
And then last question I got to ask, game day playlist, who's on it? Who are you listening to?
Oof. Oh man, that's tough. Little Baby gets me hyped. So I'd say Baby probably, but it's just such a tough. Sometimes Kanye, he's got what it takes sometimes. It really depends. I try to spread the ox out between the boys on game days because everyone's got their taste, and I can always turn up, but some of the kids can't. So I try to spread it up, let them play their love and stuff. So I would say the go-to those got to be Lil Baby. He's always got the hype for me.
Got you, bro.
I got 3 words for you, and I just want to know what they mean to you personally, and especially after now that we've about the school and all that kind of stuff. Miami Hurricanes football. What do those 3 words mean to you?
I think there's a lot of history behind Miami Hurricanes football. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, all the people they've had there, all the teams, all the championships, all the rivalries, everything they've had. It's a big step, and it's a big name to put on your chest and wear. So I think you got to treat it with respect. Like you owe everybody, it's a Hurricanes fan. I think you owe them the hard work and dedication that it takes to get there. I think truly you got to work hard every second to be, a Hurricane. And I really like what I'm seeing with Cristobal. He's really bringing that program up. I think they're going to be, national contenders here soon. I think the recruiting class he's bringing and the energy he brings, the fans, everything about it. I think he's bringing a really good taste to that program. And I think being a Hurricane just means, never giving up, having that confidence, working hard, playing hard, being there for each other, and just the brotherhood of football. I think the Hurricanes, that's what it takes.
Man, I love that answer, by the way. I love that answer, dude. Do you play any other sports?
Yeah, I'm a 4-sport athlete, so I'm really busy. I play football, obviously, is my number one. And I play basketball in the winter. And then I dual sport in the spring. I play baseball and track.
Okay. What meets do you run in track?
100 and 200, and I'm going to do the 100 hurdles this year.
Okay. You remember what your last time was on the 100?
And the 100, it was the last one I ran this summer, I just was doing legs earlier that week, but I had just over an 11. But I think on a fresh day, I'm dropping a sub 11 for sure.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. The last question I got for you, man, is the question I ask every single recruit we bring onto the show. Why do you love the game of football? Where do you get that passion in you to go out there and perform at the highest level on a weekly basis?
I really do it for the people watching, I do it for myself. Obviously, I love the game, and I love what I do when I play it. I'm a different breed on the field, I feel like, and I love the energy and passion I have when I'm out there. But, the people that have been watching me since day one, and the fans and the supporters, they live for those moments when I'm scoring touchdowns, I'm making plays. They live for those moments almost more than I do. And that's who I want to play for at the end of the day. I want to play for the people that have been there with me since day one, because I always bet on myself, but they always bet on me too. So, I want to play for them, and I want to put my money, where it needs to be. And And I think the supporters and the love that they've shown me over the years is really why I work so hard to be the best and, put every second on the line for, improving and showing what I got, because football's not forever, but while we have it, we got a ball. So I've been working hard. I've been putting a lot of work into being where I'm at. So I'm not close to finish though. I mean, I got a lot left, so I ain't gonna stop.
Sounds great, Colby. Sounds great, man. Well, we truly appreciate you giving us this time and to let, Canes fans get a little more familiar with you. Like I said, recruiting in the state of Idaho from Miami is not something that we do often. So to get a chance to talk to you and learn a little bit about what football is like in Idaho, small town Idaho, that's fantastic. That's the kind of stuff that I enjoy from this kind of stuff. And I happen to be, a Northwest guy myself. So I like bringing on recruits from the Northwest. There's no doubt about it. Luke, was there anything else you wanted to add?
No, that's all I got to ask, man. Really appreciate you you coming on and talking to us.
For sure. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
We'll talk to you later, Colby.
Yes, sir. See ya.
Oh, I cut him off.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring you back on. Finish that.
Go Canes.
Yes, sir. Throw it to you.
Yes, sir. You.
Yes, sir. All right. No problem. I'll always bring a guy back for that. All right. We'll talk to you later, Colby.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. We have got our next guest back there, and this is a guy that Luke is going to be introducing for us here, huh?
Yeah, we got 2025 defensive lineman Tyler Parker, one of the top interior linemen in his class. Really, really promising player who has done some really good things so far through his high school career.
Hey, how's it going?
Tyler, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Good. Appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today.
Yes, sir.
Man, so I mean, last time we spoke before the high school season, just I guess update us. How's your sophomore season?
Yeah, it went pretty good. We lost first round of Division I playoffs to Jay Sarah. It came in a tight game, but I had a pretty good sophomore season. Developing, and especially, I mean, the biggest part is I was the youngest kid playing against 18, 19-year-olds. Going against top schools, St. John Bosco, Modern Day, all those big name schools. So it really I was just really surprised with the way I held my ground. I made some plays. I made some big time game changing plays for my team, and just for as my sophomore year, it's just a pretty good step in the right direction.
Gotcha, man. And how old are you now, by the way?
I just turned 15 this past Saturday.
You said 15?
Yes, sir.
Got you. And what's your height and weight again?
Right now I'm weighing at 278, 280 right now. I dropped a lot of weight.
Okay.
Since probably the last time we talked.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about 6 foot, 6'1" right now between.
Got you.
Tyler, what do you feel you worked on this off season that really helped you take your game to the next level this season?
Really, kind of about the same thing how I'm starting doing now. I play multiple sports. I do wrestling, and really just I had a goal, and like I tell a lot of people, write down your goals, what you want to achieve, and mostly from last year going into my sophomore year, from freshman to sophomore, I just wrote down all my goals and just made that my wallpaper. I printed a piece of paper out and put it in my locker, and just always, just remembering my why, and I just knew I had a purpose and a goal, and I just knew, from 5 a.m. workouts every day. Tired, knowing I got school in the next 2 hours, just pushing through that, and it paid off.
Did you work specifically with any trainers?
Yeah, I worked with about 2 trainers, mostly only one, but like a little D-line trainer. It had got to a little too expensive, so I started to. But when you observe the game in from other people, I would just start doing my own drills, like a lot of the stuff is just having the mindset, of wanting to get better and being better every day. And with that, no matter the circumstance of, you only have 6 cones, or, there's been times where I only have 6 cones on a tree, and I'll work out on a tree just to, use that as a man, as a body working D line on like as a O line position.
You're young, but have you had a chance to kind of enjoy the recruiting process a little bit so far?
So far my recruiting process has been pretty amazing. Especially I have a brother that's going through the recruiting process as well.
Okay.
And his recruiting process was really he didn't have the best recruiting process, I would say so. But sometimes, my recruiting it gets a little iffy in, but so far, all the visits and talking to all these different coaches and making new connections and just all the culture that each school has, showed to me, it's been pretty good so far.
Got you. And you mentioned you've lost like 20 pounds since the
Yeah,
past like few
like
months.
10, yeah,
Yeah.
about 15 pounds.
Tell me, I guess, what did you do to do so?
Well, just I mean, during season, our D line coach, Coach Mo at Santa Margarita, my D line coach, he's a new coach this year, and he would just run us and run us and run us, and just, we were just always pursuing to the ball, and a lot of that stuff helped out in game, and just, especially, I mean, I would play 4 quarters of the ball, and every down, I'm just out there, so just really just running to the ball, pursuing, eating right. Eating right is the most important thing I could say. Just putting the right foods in your body, taking your vitamins every day, just doing all the little things right to get better.
How did matchups against powerhouses like Mater Dei, St. John Bosco? How did some of those games really improve yours?
Those games was really, a lot of the O linemen from those two different schools. I've trained with them numerous of times, and they really respect my game. I play hard, I do my thing. In those games, I caused double teams and triple teams probably this whole year in each game that I would get. So, it's a little hard fighting on 3 people. Almost every drive I'm in, where it's about a 1% chance where I'll get a 1-on-1.
Got you. And then you went a little viral during the summer with those pictures coming out of you, and everyone's like, "Yo, how the hell is this kid? How old are you? 14."
I was 14, yeah.
I used to just tell us all, how was this viral process? How'd you enjoy that?
I really, um, I was a lot of people in my inner circles are really surprised, how the way I handled it, because hearing a lot of noise, having a certain amount of followers can dictate, a lot of people in this life, they'll take, oh, I have this amount of followers, I'm better than this guy, and it's just like, I think just overall of it, and, even people at my school, I'm a regular human being, I wake up, I do the same thing as everybody else do. And so just with that, I just always I was still hungry. I was still doing my 5:30 a.m. workouts. I was still doing everything that I used to do, even though I just got, some fame or everything. And so yeah, with that, yeah.
Who's your guys' biggest rival?
Biggest rival was Jay Sarah.
Okay. What was the last time? What was it like last time you guys played?
We played this past Friday. We beat them in during lead. It was a 28-26, and we was winning 20-5 at halftime. And I think one of the things that's been really eating me apart is just I felt like in the locker room during halftime, some of my teammates were their heads was out of the game. They were talking about what they were going to do after the game, and I was just so locked in, on the game, and I didn't step up and take that leadership role how I usually am, which it's been eating me aside for the past few days. Which I feel like me by doing that, it would have been a different outcome of the game. But our offense they had a hard time scoring, scoring the ball, but defense we held our own. Offense they got a scoop and score for a touchdown. So it was just a lot of the little things, right? But overall, from a defense perspective, that was probably one of our best games we've played all year.
Tell us about the energy from the fans in the California football scene. Is it pretty rowdy in the stands?
The fans in California, it's really different, especially like when you play in those games, St. John Bosco,
Yeah.
Mater Dei, and just being under those Friday night lights, just looking around, and it's a really unreal experience that I just always try to soak in and just never take it for granted.
So, man, I know there's a lot of restrictions as far as recruiting wise, and coaches reaching out to you and such. You know what I'm saying? But just tell me about the Miami offer. And I guess what your I know the offer came a little while back, but just your more early thoughts on the Hurricanes and what Mario Cristobal is trying to build as a program.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like Miami. I've been watching some of the games on TV at home. I have faith in Mario Cristobal. I mean, we both know, we both been watching the games, but yeah. But no, from a recruiting standpoint with Miami, I like Miami. The whole coaching staff, follows me on Twitter. Just make sure I send my film to the coach almost every weekly. Coach Salavea, the defensive line coach, and I was supposed to go up to Miami. I think back in the last dead period. But a Miami coach that came recently, I talked to him and everything, just some other situations and other visits that I had over out here.
Mhm.
But I should be looking forward to go to Miami sometime either in this next open and dead period whenever it's done, or worst comes to worst, I'll for surely be there by the summer when I'm most free.
Sounds good, dude. And what are some of the other schools that are showing you the most love right now, or that you're more interested in at this point?
I love I like Arizona, U of A. I like USC a lot, a lot. I like Georgia. Georgia. I love the U though. I will tell you that. I like Jackson State. I think about like a month ago I had watched the U on ESPN, and man, I really never knew how deep the culture was, and I feel like with that, and just throwing the U up, and seeing all those dudes play is just having the U on their jersey was a real big inspiration, and from that turning point, it made the U one of my top choices, and from a recruiting standpoint.
Man, I love hearing that. And I'm sure all the fans that are listening love hearing the same thing too, man. That's
Yeah,
fantastic, man. That's fantastic.
yeah.
Who gave you your first offer and how old were you?
It was if I'm not mistaken, University of Arizona, my first offer, and they're still in contact with me a lot. Pac-12, and I think I was 14 at that time,
Oh,
early in my year.
wow.
It was back in February or March, one of the two.
Yeah. Man, it's just impressive at your age that you're getting that notoriety. I mean, after everyone saw the film and the picture, I guess you could say, it just I mean we all knew it was gonna blow up pretty quick, man.
Yeah.
Um, when we see you on the football field next season,
hmm
what do you want to be, right away? Like, what do you want us to see that you improved at the most? What do you want to make clear to everybody that you put in that work in the off season and you've really taken that next step into that certain area?
For surely, just the small little details, I mean, talking to different college coaches as well. I have the strength, I have the speed, I have the work ethic, but just small certain points, getting my feet, stepping in the right direction, getting great hand placement at the D line, controlling my guy, shedding off blocks. And I think just next year in this off season, I'm just really gonna pay attention and try to work on those little details, as long as strength and speed and et cetera, et cetera. But just the small little details, just being a dominant D line that causes disruption and that demands a double team and triple team all the time. This is how I did this year, and just become better at defeating those double team and triple teams.
Sounds good, man. And then gotta ask. So obviously, still a ton of time left in your recruitment.
Mhm.
What would you say are some of the things that are most important for you when choosing a school?
I think my biggest thing that I say to myself a lot to always remind me is just the
Mhm.
connection that I have with the coach, the culture. I think one of the best cultures I probably saw on my recruiting process was I like Cal and I love Jackson State with Deion Sanders and prime time what they got going on over there. So just culture and connection and just all about how coaches treat me. Like a small story coach, I went on a visit. I didn't. This is before I even blew up. The coach didn't really wasn't interested in me at all, and just with that, I didn't get treated too well on the visit. None of that coaching staff had talked to me, and and with that overcame time after I went viral and everything. The coach hit me up. He wanted me. Started recruiting me and everything, and of course, I'm open to any school, and my recruitment's 100% open. But you just peep all of that certain stuff, and I think one of the biggest thing about the U is the U coaches were following me before this big 14-year-old teen Hulk, all that stuff and
Mhm.
everything. So just connection and all that stuff and culture.
Got you. And then what would you say right now are some of the biggest strengths that you bring as a player? And then what are some of the things that you're trying to work on the most?
Probably the biggest strength is my strength and taking on 300-pound guys and just staying low. And I think for me being as big as I am, the way I move, how agile I am, I feel like I move pretty good. And yeah.
And then what are some of the things that you want to continue working on?
Back to just like I said, just the small details, and just executing my guy. I feel like, and just next year, just going into just making more big time plays. Just getting myself free a little bit more, just working them double teams or triple teams, and yeah.
We've actually had a chance to talk to one of the offensive line greats from the University of Miami, Eric Winston.
Hmm.
Long career in the NFL. Very, very, very smart guy. Very technical on the offensive line. We've talked to him before about offensive line training, defensive line training, and one of his biggest things is footwork, getting your
Hmm.
footwork down, getting quick feet before you get to college, because colleges can mold your body when you get there. They can take care of that when you get on campus. They can handle all of that. But that quick footwork and to have that coming in early is always a big key. Is there anything that you do to work on that?
So I feel like some of it is genetics as well. My older brother, my whole family is full of athletes. On my mom, my dad, and they always had quick footwork, and also just I would just focus on like in my off season time. I wouldn't just always focus on strength and lifting weights and stuff. I would focus on my core, things and footwork, like you said. Just putting your putting your feet in the right place at the right time and making sure everything is correct on 100% at the D line. It's just everything. And like exactly what you said, I talked to multiple college coaches, and one of the biggest thing they say is just the way how I can move, pick up my legs and move footwork, move through the ladder. And yeah.
Got you. And then just got two more questions for you, man. So,
Mhm.
who are some of the D linemen that you watch, college, NFL, doesn't matter, that you take things from their game, really add it into yours?
I love Warren Sapp. I love Warren Sapp. I love the U highlights from him. Most of all, I could probably say I like Aaron. I mean, everybody loves Aaron Donald. You can't hate Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Uh, I love uh, I love the Clemson Power Rangers. I don't know if you know by I think it was 2019 Clemson's D line. They had led them to national championship, and just watching them dudes the way how they would play together. They had fun with each other. That's one of my biggest aspects, I could say.
Got you. And then, last question, game day playlist, who's on it? Who are you listening to?
Uh I'm so it all changes. On the bus, I'm really calm. I love Rod Wave, being
Okay.
calm on the bus. And probably whenever I get in the mode, I like McMill, Nipsey Hussle. You know, I love a lot of Cali rappers out here and stuff like that. But yeah.
Man, love hearing that you're a Nipsey Hussle fan, bro. Huge fan, man. Huge fan.
Yeah, appreciate that. What's your favorite Nipsey song?
Man, I gotta go back, man. I gotta go way back, bro. Bullets ain't got no name. I'm going back.
I like that.
I'm going
back.
Back.
That's back. I like the interlude part whenever he was talking. Yeah, I like Nipsey Hussle for sure.
Yeah, that joint's cold, bro. I don't think his music's ever gonna get old. You know, honestly, I really don't, man. Well, dude, I got one more question for you. It's the question that I ask every single recruit that we bring on to this TV every recruit we bring on to our YouTube show, and it's, why do you love the game of football? Where do you get that passion in your gut to go out there weekly and perform at the highest basis?
Over time it changed. I feel like during my freshman year, from the program that I had came from, they had doubted me a lot, saying I couldn't do this and stuff, and I would let that be my drive. But I started to, the more mature I got, I started to find what a new drive is, and I think my new drive is just, seeing my little brother at the games and him going out, and the next day after on Saturday for him playing youth ball, he go out and do some of the same things. And I just love inspiring people to just be better. And I like I tell a lot of people is, football can be taken from me tomorrow. You never know. So, I think my man who was on the last thing, on the other guy who was here before, just treating people with respect and just being kind to others, like, the biggest term I go by is bigger than football. Just because I put on helmets and pads for 2 hours for a game, I still have another 22 hours of my life. And, just treating people with the utmost respect is just one of the keys that I just hold myself to.
Yes, sir, man. Then love that answer, man. Absolutely love it. Luke, do you have anything else for our fantastic guest?
That's all I got, man. Appreciate you coming on the short notice.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You too, man.
Thank you, Tyler. All right, man. That was Tyler. That was Tyler Parker? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I didn't want to mess with his last name. I almost said the wrong name there. I almost said Palmer. We've seen his film. We know that guy is going to be a name that we're probably going to hear from sooner than later, I would think. Don't you?
For sure. No, I mean, definitely a name to watch out for. It's already, made his way through the recruiting scenes. And then next dude, though, that we're going to talk to today, he's definitely made his name known. 5'9", 2025 running back, 1,758 all-purpose yards, 21 touchdowns this year. North Broward Prep running back DeAndre Dezenor. DeAndre, what's up, man? How you doing?
How you doing?
Good, man. How about you?
I'm good.
So, man, first off, appreciate you coming on short notice. Just tell
me.
Hey,
Luke, could you say those stats again?
Yeah. So we got 1,248 rushing yards, 16 rushing touchdowns. Says here 1,758 all-purpose yards and 21 total touchdowns. So definitely impressive stuff. Offers from Florida State, FIU, Maryland. Tell me how this season went for you, man.
Season actually went good. But we didn't make it to playoffs as a team.
Mm-hmm.
This off season, we're gonna have to work hard, go in the weight room, and stuff like that.
Got you. And then at least for you personally, how do you think you fared individually, and how much would you say that you grew over the course of the season?
I grew a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, comparing my film from last year and this year, I grew a lot.
Yeah. And what would you say some of the biggest strengths are? What are some of your biggest strengths right now as a player?
Me being able to outrun guys and my power, all that.
Mm-hmm. And then what are some of the things that you're really looking to improve on as your high school career moves along?
I would say my blocking footwork, and a little bit of everything just to get better and better.
I know you're a very fast, very fast player. Do you also perform in track?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you run?
My fastest 100 time is 11:03.
Okay. Yeah. Is it? And do you run any other?
I run 200. I do long jump and 4x1.
Okay.
200. I can't remember my time. I want to say 22:4.
It's still damn good, man. It's still damn good. Yeah, definitely. So before this season started, the off-season workouts that you put in, what do you feel really took your game to that next level this year? What was it that you worked on that really made your game noticeable to the, kind of to the nation?
Well, a lot of people were like just doubting on me. So like every time I go in the weight room, I don't take it for granted. I'll just put in the work, do a little extra, and as I see it reflected on the field. So I got to do more of that this offseason.
Got you, man. And then, I mentioned some offers that you have. What are some of the other schools right now that are really showing interest in you? Oh, did I? Anyway, all right.
I think he froze just for a second.
Oh, I froze. Got you. I mentioned your offer sheet.
Hello, I had lost you. I'm sorry.
No, you good, man. You good. So your offer sheet: Florida State, Maryland, FIU, USF, whole bunch of schools I'm not mentioning. What are some of the other schools right now that are kind of showing some interest in you?
FSU.
Good.
Talking FA. Last week they seen me. They talked to me. They came to my last game, but they talked to me a lot.
Can you repeat the school that they said was at your last game?
FAU.
FAU, got you. And then you mentioned talk to FSU a lot.
Yeah.
What's your relationship like there with obviously I know dead period you can't talk to or they can't reach out to you like that, but times that you have spoke to them, what's it like?
It's actually I like it. 2 weeks actually. I'm looking forward to going to the UF and FSU game. See how that goes.
What traits do you feel make a dominant running back? It can be a power back, a speed back, of course, but since coming from your end, you're a speed back.
Yeah.
What mentally, especially, how do you capitalize on your speed?
To be honest, I can't even tell you. I'll just
you find the hole and just burn.
Go, yeah. Don't hesitate. Just go.
That's what I know, and that's what the beautiful thing I've noticed about your film is you're kind of a one cut back. I mean, it's just there's no nonsense. There's no dancing behind the line. It's one cut and it's gone. You got a goal in mind and it's taking it to the house.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any players, that you like to take any game of, that you like to steal from their game at all? Any favorite players you like to look up to in NCAA or, pro, either one?
Yes, sir. Bijan Robinson, running back at Texas.
Yeah.
I look at him a lot. Alvin Kamara, I watch him too.
And did you grow up, rooting for any favorite teams or anything in college or the NFL? Oh, I think we got it muted again there. Or not muted, but froze. He'll be back soon.
I think
it's all good. I was just asking if you had any favorite teams growing up, in college or the NFL.
NFL, the New York Giants, because my family, they grew up in New York. And college, I wouldn't say really college, but my dad played at UCF, so I watch UCF a little bit.
Okay. I didn't know your father played at college. That's awesome, man. That's great. Describe your mentality on the field. When you're out there and it's your snap, you're about to get the ball. what are you feeling, man? Like, what's that feeling? Are you just on fire? Is everything electric, or are you just quiet and in the zone?
I'm just thinking I'm going to dominate this play. I'm getting the ball for sure. I got to go. The mindset I keep in my head is every play is 4th and 1. I got to get the extra yard.
What gets you most excited then on game day? Is it something that you do individually? Is it something that your team does as a whole? What gets you most excited on game day? Oh, we lost him for a second again.
There's a storm right now running through South Florida, so it's expected.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
It comes back on, yeah.
Wait, you might be muted, DeAndre.
No, he's okay. Can you
Okay.
hear us?
Oh shit.
So on game, like I was at,
I think he's trying to.
he's gonna redo it.
Yeah. No, it's like there's the tropical storm right now running through. I think it's like hitting like more like the West Palm Beach area or the Stewart area, but like it's definitely some of the storms hitting more like that North Fort Lauderdale area. So definitely the internet right now throughout South Florida and North Florida is a little shaky. Just with the storm coming through.
I think we're getting him back here shortly. Man, got him right back, and then it froze right again. No joke. It didn't even get past the black screen there. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Can you hear us, DeAndre?
Yes, sir.
Man, basically what I was asking was, what gets you most excited on game day, man? What gets you most pumped up?
So after the team stretch, we'll go like in the middle of the field and we'll do Eagle Jacks. I'll say that starts like excitement starts to kick in, and then after those Eagle Jacks, me and Coach Bernal, one of my coaches, will like jump up and like act like we're dunking, and then we'll clap each other's hands. After that, that's when I'm turned.
How big is it to be a pass catcher and a running back these days? Is it vital to be both? Is that what colleges are really, really looking for?
I'm sorry, can you say that again, please? The internet is acting up.
Oh, it's okay. Okay. How big is it to be a running back who can also be a pass catcher? Is that something that most colleges are looking for?
I'm sorry. One more time.
All right, we'll get one more time. You know what? We'll change it up real quick here. We'll change it up. Give a shout out to your coaches, bro. Who are the coaches that have been helping you the most, and show them some love?
Shout out to Coach Garish, Coach Rosado, Coach Bernal. Yeah, those are my guys. I love them the most.
And do you play 7-on-7?
Yes, sir.
Who do you run with?
Last year, I ran with Airshore Elite, a team in Dairy Beach, Florida. But this year, I think I'm with DEFCON.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I see you. How do you feel 7-on-7 helps you on the field while you're in pads?
My route running. That's what it is. And I'm just having fun out there.
DEFCON, man. Okay, I see you. 7-on-7 scene's definitely heating up this year. So I mean, I gotta ask you. So, what would you say are some of the things that are most important for you when? Obviously, it's very early, but what are some of the things that you're looking for in your recruitment while choosing a school? What's most important to you?
I don't want to commit too early. I want to take my time and whichever school I end up picking, I want to make sure that school is that I feel like it's home for them. I feel like their family. I want to feel comfortable with that team.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And then who are some of the running backs that you like watching NFL? Oh, actually, you mentioned that. My fault. You mentioned that's my bad. But let me ask you. So, game day playlist. We've asked everyone so far. Who are you listening to? Who's on it?
You said playlist? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Who's on it?
Before a game?
Yeah.
Hot Boy, Kodak,
Okay.
Young Thug, Broadway for sure. And I'll say Meek Mill.
Got you.
Man, DeAndre, I just got one last question for you, man, and it's the question we ask every single recruit we bring onto this show. Why do you love the game of football? Where do you get that where do you get that passion in your gut to go out there and perform at the highest level on a weekly basis?
So I actually do this for my family, to make them proud. When I see my little brothers and in the crowd watching me, 'cause I know these some of these kids at the game, they look up to me. So I just basically do that for them, especially my brothers. They are always watching me, everything I do. They do it they follow my footsteps. So if I know I shine, they're gonna end up doing that. And especially my mom, I do this for her.
So having the younger brothers looking up to you like that, it's kind of giving you a chance to already learn what it's like to be a leader, because you're only 25, but as you get older, junior, senior year, they're going to want you to show more leadership. So having that opportunity, just even at home,
Yes, sir.
as a 2025 kid, I think that's awesome. So that's fantastic, dude. So that was the last question that I had there for our guest. Luke, do you have anything else?
Nah, man, that's all I got, man. Really appreciate you coming on short notice and talking to us tonight.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, DeAndre, for giving us some of your free time, man. We'll talk to you here in the future.
First.
Have a good night. Awesome receiver right there, guys. Awesome play. What running back? Awesome running back to look out for right there. Running back who can basically catch like a wide receiver, I could say. But
Yeah.
dude, lightning fast. 2025, already showing some of the, like he mentioned, he wants to work on the small things, and it's the little nuances. And I understand that because he's already got that innate raw superior physical upside, and he's already got that speed. So for him to identify that it's more than that, that it is the little things that are going to separate him from the guy who runs the same speed that he does at the same, track level in a different state, who's being recruited by the same exact school he wants to go to. So it's to me, it's I was very impressed. I was honestly, I was very, very, very impressed with that young man and how he answered our questions, and about how he approaches the game, and about how he approaches his future. I really was.
For sure, man. He's someone that is already ranked as the top 50 player in the country per 247. He's going to be amazing. He's already a really, really good player. Definitely someone that I would keep my eye on, especially as a Miami fan. Someone that is going to pick up a lot more offers in the future, and someone that's going to continue tearing up the South Florida football scene for the next couple of years.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Well, dude, that's pretty much all I got, man. I'm pretty much tapped out. How are you doing here?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Definitely 3 really good interviews we got, for sure.
Dude, that was awesome, bro. That was really, really awesome, dude. That was a fantastic trio of players, in my opinion. Started off with a unique situation with the preferred walk-on offer from a kid from Idaho. Loved his answers, by the way. Loved his answers. Loved his passion for the game. Then we jump into it with the big man, who had his viral sensation of his picture because he is just one big dude, massive dude, especially at his age. And then we ended off with a lightning fast running back who's only going to be getting more and more and more attention as we go. So, man, if you guys didn't get a chance to see some of the earlier interviews, when we're done with this will be going uploaded right to the Scoop on the U YouTube page. Sorry, I had a little tongue twister there, but yeah, man, thanks to all the fans that joined us. Luke, man, thank you once again for joining me on a Wednesday night and going through all this stuff with me, man. I truly appreciate it, brother.
For sure, man. Pleasure as always to be on.
All right, man. Well, that is the end of our show tonight, guys. This is the Croot on the U, brought to you by the Scoop on the U. And as always, go Canes. It's all about the U.